So, you are interested in playing Virtuoso, the new elite specialization coming to Mesmer with Guild Wars 2 End of Dragons. Well, from the beta weekend, everyone kind of gave it a bit of a hard time. They said it wasn't particularly performing well. I feel like maybe people weren't just finding where it's supposed to fit in. So, I've got some gameplay, I've got a build. Let me run through how I've been playing it during the beta period. So, here is my glorious Mushroom Head Mesmer. You'll see we're running Berserker Amulet with Rune of Scholar. And this will be a very obvious thing as I go through the build. It's not necessarily the best at holding onto a node or fighting 1v1. You want to be trying to +1 with this. You want to be trying to be involved in team fights. People will spot you out as the sort of weak point early on, but you being a Mesmer have plenty of ways of going invulnerable or away or invisible and otherwise dodging damage. So we'll get to that, don't worry. I'm going to try and run through this build as quickly as possible for you guys. So, we are running Greatsword and Sword Torch. Our Greatsword is running a Cleansing Sigil and a Sigil of Separation, just to keep us condition cleansed. Mesmers kind of hate conditions, and damage from a distance. This is your typical ranged engage weapon. Our Sword Torch, we have another Sigil of Cleansing, because hey, conditions suck, and a Sigil of Exploration, because you're not going to be far away. This is your finishing item. Let's move quickly into the build before we take a look at some of the other traits. So we are running Domination, Inspiration, and of course Virtuoso. For Domination, we are running Bountiful Blades. I love the double spinning Greatsword dudes. If you don't want Bountiful Blades, then pick whichever one of these you like. This first trait isn't necessarily the most important, but I very much do enjoy Bountiful Blades. The Bouncing Blades are good too. Egotism is what I go for in this middle slot. It kind of does what it says on the tin. It just does more damage. And last but not least, Power Block, because we are running Mantra of Distraction, our signature daze ability from a distance. This is how you're going to stop reses, stomps, cancel important abilities, and while doing so, putting those important abilities on a larger cooldown and inflicting weakness. So if the fight's not going the way you want it to, the enemy's going to have a harder time of swinging it back their way. This is where I mix it up. I go for Inspiration. A lot of people have been going for Dueling. If you go for Dueling with Virtuoso, you will die on cooldown. Like, a lot. You kind of need Inspiration just to beef you up a little bit. The Virtuoso doesn't really need that much extra help. It just needs a little bit, and Inspiration is where I get it from. First things first, we have Sympathetic Visage. This is going to allow you to get rid of yet more conditions. We're not necessarily in a super condition-heavy meta at the moment, I believe. However, there are still some important conditions you might want to get rid of. Cripple, when rotating between points, is an absolute pain in the ass. And you may occasionally run into a condition-based build, which will absolutely stomp you if you don't have this. You can probably go for Restorative Mantras and use the Healing Mantra if you really want to, but I tend to lean in more towards Sympathetic Visage, although I can't say it apparently. Restorative Illusions is where you're going to get the bulk of your healing from this. Every time you shatter, you are going to at least get a small amount of healing, and you can shatter quite frequently with this build at the very least. It's not the biggest of heals, you're probably not going to get much from this at all. However, I have found that it really does help keep you topped up in the middle of those important fights. And lastly, we have the Lesser Phantasmal Defender. This will spawn a Phantasm whenever you dodge, which takes a lot of the pressure off of you. It's got a long cooldown, but hopefully you're not needing to use it too often, as you should be in a safe spot, doing damage from afar. It will, of course, cleanse a condition from you as well, or at least take a condition from you. I was originally testing this build with Illusionary Inspiration, feeling like if you could get a little bit of healing every time you summoned a blade, that would be incredible. But unfortunately, that doesn't quite work this way, and Illusionary Inspiration doesn't work with blades, so you're going to have to stick with the slightly less strong and potent, but still very, very useful for a super squishy class like you, Lesser Phantasmal Defender. Moving on to Virtuoso, we have Blade Turn Refrain, which grants Aegis whenever you shatter, or use a blade song. So, shatter. Important because you're squishy as hell. That's kind of a theme in this. We've built it to be as squishy as possible to do a ton of damage, but then you also need a fair amount of defense just to keep you alive if the enemy does jump on you. Blade Turn Refrain is one such thing. We've then gone for Phantasmal Blades, just because it is the better option of these three. Neither of the two really offer an awful lot for the build that we're going for, and extra damage certainly doesn't help. Fury's kind of nice too. And then finally, Infinite Forge. You may think, especially with the extra blocks coming out from Blade Turn Refrain, that Riposting Blade would be better. But we tested that, and we basically never had any blades ever. That is because you want to be dealing damage from a distance, from afar, engaging before the enemy knows you're really there. You're going to be there plus oneing, adding to a fight that's already happening, or engaging as part of a large team fight from stealth, probably. Which means you're going to need to engage with damage before they're hitting you. You're not going to be able to have time to dodge and block to gain more blades. You're going to need that armory of 3 blades in the backlog. So you can engage from afar with, let's say, Greatsword 4 summoning your Phantasm. That's a blade. And your Greatsword 2 summoning another blade. That gives you your 5 blades. You can then go into your F1 Shatter and do a crazy amount of damage from a distance. Now, a couple of things I want to make a quick note of here. Basically, the utility skills. Mirror is currently my go-to. I don't really feel like the Virtuoso heal is reliable enough. You have to be facing the enemy. You have to have those blades hit just to get the heal off. It's a little too flaky for me. Also, Reflect is super good, especially with a million Harbingers running around. Reflecting their damage back at them is pretty fun. Next up, we go for the Blade Renewal. This is the bread and butter. This is the single most important utility you get from Virtuoso. This basically replaces your F4 Shatter. It's not an instant cast, or you can't cast it while CC'd, so it's not quite as nice, but it does refresh all of your blades and gives you a long period of being distorted. So use this wisely. This is your big oh shit button. We then have Blink, because what's a Mesmer without Blink? I can't do it without Blink. Neither can you, probably. And then we go into our Mantra of Distraction, which is going to power our power block, and also give us that tool for disrupting stomps and big skills and such. The one thing you might not necessarily have expected me to queue up is 1000 Cuts, the elite that we got from this build. You'd probably expect Mass Invis or something like that. I actually really value 1000 Cuts. I didn't think I would, and this might be becoming from a well player more than a PvP player, although if anyone does remember me from my casting days at PvP, hi, I'm Divok from back then. Anyway, tangent aside, 1000 Cuts is excellent for confirming point caps and for confirming downed fights. If you have an ally who's downed and the enemy are trying to stomp them, you've run out of daisies or they have stab, stability doesn't stop you from dying. Drop 1000 Cuts on your allied corpse and they will either stop stomping them because they'll run away, or they'll go down themselves and you can maybe turn the fight. Even better, if the enemy team have a down player, and there are a few times I did this in the clips coming up, I imagine. If the enemy team have a down player, you can drop this on them, and if they commit to that res, they will have more downed players, and you will swing that fight hard, and potentially win the game from it. You can get an extra 1 cap, maybe go for a 3 cap, just based off of one use of 1000 Cuts. And it's got a super short cooldown for a Mesmer Elite. Most Mesmer Elites are at least 2 minutes. Mass Invis, 2 minutes. Time Warp, 3 minutes. 1000 Cuts, a single minute. So, don't hold back on this one. Throw it out whenever you feel like you should. Anyway, that's enough of the build from me. Let's go ahead and take a look at it in action. So I don't want to be the one that goes off by myself.
Hold on to your points.
Typically one person goes and captures the side point, and everyone else will go to the middle. Yeah, so like that guy is going to capture that point. I can focus on the middle with my friends. Boobs is up there running a condition-based build. I feel like this guy is going to be my target, to be perfectly honest. Yeah, he dead.
You've taken the graveyard.
I'm gonna ult him and leave it. Get off my point. Let's see how much damage this does. Oh ho ho! Go on, do the thing. Oh, I got him. Where'd he go? Oh, he's on the point. Don't you dare. You dare. How about you die instead? How about you die instead? Okay, we're just keeping pressure on this Guardian. He's used most of his shit now. He should just drop. We're just farming. Honestly, because we're just farming them here, there's no reason for me to leave. That should do a nice chunk of damage. He should be up here somewhere recovering. And there he is. Realistically, I shouldn't hunt people down like this. But he's leading us to his point, so... Although he does have friends here.
Your base is under attack. Your base is under attack.
Oh my god, I'm dead. That condition burst was
Your base
nuts.
is under attack.
So yeah, your base is under attack is them trying to break in and kill our boss.
You've captured the quarry.
Good range pressure. Now I can kind of stay up here and just apply pressure that he's left me to this. Ah, there's no way. Oh, there was a way. I apologize. We got the res off. Hell yeah. I did not think that was possible. He is immune, so we're going on the thief. Where's he? Oh, it's not a thief, is it? Oh, he accidentally let back in. I thought he was leaving for sure. Oh, I got the damage off before you could do that, friend. Are you going to knock me back? Yeah, you are. All right. So we're doing okay. But they are... I cannot fight that guy alone. We have to capture this middle point. We've committed so many people to it.
The waterfall is yours. You've taken the graveyard.
Okay, he gave up the high ground again. But we'd already captured the graveyard, so... Here we go. We can +1 this guy. He's getting pressured. We can come over and make it a 2v1. Just kind of waste his time a bit there. Oh, shit. There's a whole bunch of people coming over here. Nope. I don't want any part of that.
I feel furious.
I'm going to dump this in the middle of the point and see them not deal with it. I miss being able to, like, just bot people. Did he come this way? Yeah, he did. Are we all just leaving this point? I don't want to leave it with that dude hanging around, you know?
You've lost the quarry.
Oh, he didn't go very far.
You've taken the graveyard.
Oh, no. That's bad news bears. There's no way I can fight like 3 of them. We took the other 2 points. That's fine. You kind of don't want to overcommit to 3 points. If you try and control all 3 points, you're probably going to lose the game.
I feel furious.
And you're dead.
The waterfall.
Boom. I'm happy to kind of just farm these people here. They're the ones that need to 3-point us right now. We're chilling. I should really chill in this weapon stance, actually. It's the safer of the 2. Do you want to actually take that? There you go. There you're good. Ah. There are 2 enemies on our lord.
Your lord is under attack.
I wonder how quickly they burst that down. Not the easiest thing to do in the world. I'll go see if I can stop them.
Is yours.
Meanwhile, we're basically going to 3-cap them. If I can even delay them here.
Attack.
Lord is looking pretty... Oh, Lord is exceptionally healthy.
Your lord is under attack. You've lost the quarry. I've beaten, but you don't know. Your lord is under attack.
Okay, I imagine the other guy just dipped. We didn't need all 3 people to come back there.
Your lord is under attack.
Swift and steady.
Right, we can leave that one dude. We really should not have given up point
You
control.
lost the waterfall.
That's unfortunate. Then they
You
3-capped
lost the
us
graveyard.
because 2 of their players went for our Lord. Right, that person's going the wrong way, so I get this. At least decapped for free. Yeah, nice. Do I get the full cap? No one should come from behind me that way, so I'm kind of just keeping an eye towards our base, towards their base, and towards where I saw that dude go. Yeah, we have the graveyard thing. I guess I am defending this point for now. They should come back with renewed vigor. I know they're going for our Lord still.
Your lord is under attack.
And at this point, I guess no one goes for him.
Your lord is under attack.
Safe from harm.
Your lord is under attack. I cannot lose my head.
Like, they're going to get our Lord here. That's 150 points.
Your lord is under attack.
But it might not even put them ahead. Just because of how much work we've done.
And you thought I was beaten.
Go on, time it. Yes,
The blue
that's
lord's
timing.
been slain.
Yeah, so like they killed our Lord, but we're still winning.
Ah, it was nothing.
Who the hell cares about 2 of them being a Lord
The waterfall is yours.
when we control all 3 points? They want to throw the game like that? Be my guest. Are you actually going to go stand on point? Okay. If the enemy's smart here, they'll go point by point, like a Zerg of 5 people. Ah, here you go. There's thieves here. Oh, I kind of wasted that. I'm just trying to buy time, to be honest.
Slice them apart. Sharper still. Return.
The waterfall is yours.
Like, I just bought so much time against a thief that I should not be able to beat in a 1v1. I kind of had to focus there, I apologize. Top player kills, top player defense. I'll take that. I'll take that. GG's.
I'd rather be a dreamer, I'd rather be free, I'd rather be a leader, I'd rather be